loves, I'm Jessi Moon, your sister in the craft. And today I'm going to be helping you with finishing up your flower ink or your flower dye. I'm going to give you several different things that you can use it for, and that will be up to you. If you haven't seen my first video on making flower dye, I will have it linked in the description below. Go back and give that a watch and get caught up. However, if you already watched the first half of the video and you already have your dye ready, you just need to know what to do next, then this part is for you. Sorry, Tails likes to climb into baskets, and he was on the floor in this basket trying to get comfortable, making all kinds of noise. So instead of just having some mysterious noise in the background, I thought you should see what was going on. This video, I'm going to show you how to finish up. We're going to strain all the plant material out. We're going to talk about different uses and different things that you can do with yours. This is something that's very easy and simple to make, yet it's very powerful. It has powerful results, and there's many different uses for it. Before you start, you can also cleanse your jar out. You can use something like rosemary, pine, any of your favorite herbs. The first thing that we're going to be doing, if you already added your vinegar and your salt and you allowed yours to sit overnight for 24 hours. I told you in the last video, if you have cheese paper, great. If not, improvise. Today I'm going to be improvising because I don't even have cheese paper anymore. I'm out. So we are going to get creative like we do as witches, and I have some little sachet baggies here that I'm going to put into this funnel. I think I'm going to double mine up even to help filter some of the plant material out. But I'm going to put them over across this funnel as like a little filter here. And that way, hopefully it can catch. And if we need to strain this twice, we can, no big deal. But if you have cheese paper, you will line it over the top. You can put a rubber band around the top and just pour your flowers over top and then squeeze the paper out. We're going to take our flower brew from yesterday and we are going to pour it over and try and get some of that plant material out. Before I do this part here, I'm going to go ahead and take what's in here and squeeze it out. And then just pour the remaining of your leaves because there will still be a lot of juices in them and you can kind of squeeze them out to get as much as you can. Keep in mind that we did use vinegar, so it might not smell the greatest. And something I wanted to mention, and I totally forgot to mention in my last video, is that you can also, while you are letting this soak overnight, you can add whatever herbs you'd like to, because you're going to filter all of the plant material out. So if you would like to add other herbs to infuse this spell with while it is soaking overnight, that would be totally fine, and it will help counterbalance some of the smell from the vinegar. So you can add things like lemon peel to it, chamomile, clove, whatever you want to add to your spell you can, or you can just leave it with the flowers and the moon water. Either way, you will have powerful results, and it's also a lot of fun to handcraft things. It just, something about it, you know. Something about sitting down and actually handcrafting the spells that are just so good for the soul. I always have so much fun doing this, and I think that it's something witches at all different experience levels can appreciate because it's incorporating nature into our craft in a simple but impactful way. So after straining mine, I'll hold it over the flame. It has a deep red color. It's very pretty, and I am very happy with the results. I think I'm going to add just a pinch more salt, which you can. I eyeball it. I always just eyeball it out. I do at least a tablespoon, but sometimes I'll do a little more if I added more water. After sharing this first video with my friend, he gave me a great idea of using this in ritual for body paint or to anoint ourselves, which I didn't even think of that. That would be a great way to use this within ritual to bring in the charge from the lunar energy and the earth energy of the plants. And that was just such a great idea and such a simple way to incorporate it into the craft. But my favorite way to use it is within my sigils. Sigils are something that are already so powerful of a practice on their own. We take our flower ink as a way to charge our sigils and to incorporate not only the earth energy, but the lunar energy that was in, the moon water that we added, as well as our blessing. So it's a way to kind of further charge our sigils and to make them a bit more powerful. Other things that you can use them for are to dye altar cloths, to dye clothing. When you do this, it's best to do it over the stove and to allow your clothing to kind of brew within the juices for about 45 minutes and to let them sit in there to absorb as much color. And this is where vinegar will really help with the absorption and the color of the cloth that you're dyeing. As far as our sigils go, it will look kind of like a watercolor, but the last time I used it, I had a purplish blue and it just made them pop so much. It just kind of gave my sigils a little bit of extra outside help, so to speak, incorporating the lunar and the earth energy and using that energy to charge my intention. For this part of the video, my 10-year-old daughter Journey is here and she's going to help us out with our sigils. You're just going to use it just like a watercolor. I like to trace it first in ink and then go over it with our flower ink. So it can be very powerful for many different reasons. If you want to, you can cover the entire paper in your flower dye, or you can just trace over your shape kind of like this. Whatever works best for you. And remember, whoa, goodness gravy, I didn't notice this inferno behind us. And this is why it's very important to never leave spell candles unattended, especially when you use other herbs in them. Not only are you including the elements of nature in the earth energy, the flower energy, you're also including the elements of the lunar cycles with the moon water that you added and your spoken intention and blessing into that, along with the intention that you already set for the sigil. And whenever you're sitting down and you're handcrafting something like this, a lot of your personal energy goes into it. You handcrafted your flower ink, your flower dye, you handcrafted your sigils, and you put a lot of time and energy into this. And when doing so, you're adding that much of a charge to your sigil. I really think that it just brings in a lot of different elements and makes it really powerful for a lot of different reasons. And it's not hard to do, is it?
Nope.
So you can allow this to dry, and what we were going to do with ours is we made some for luck. So we were going to make some good luck sachets. You can activate your sigils using many different methods, but I like to use the method of activation through fire, which Journey and I did before the video, where you just place your sigil in a flame and you allow it to burn out. In this case, we're going to save our now charged sigil, and we are going to take our sigils and we're going to put them into these little sachet bags. These are going to be really simple sachets and they only have a few ingredients. We are going to include a bay leaf. You can write a message on them, you can speak a message into them and place them into your bag with the intention of bringing forth good luck. We're going to add some chamomile root to each of our bags. Here's some for yours, June. You can add it. We're going to add some cinnamon to bring in the fire element, and it also helps with the quickness and the strength of the spell. And there you have it. A simple good luck charm to keep in your purse, charged with your sigil and your flower ink and ready to go, and you can keep them in your bag, in your car.
In my room, I have one.
Yeah, oh, next to your bed you have one?
Yes, and I have one by my closet.
You're right. You can make them for different things, for protection. Obviously, you can make them for good luck like we did. You can make them for many different things. This is just an idea. And I don't know, it's a lot of fun. You can do many different things with this. Like I said, you can incorporate it into your rituals by painting runes on yourself or sigils for protection. You can also use it to dye things. There are many different uses. I'm sure you could come up with a few of your own. And let me know in the comments below how yours turned out. Also, make sure you keep an eye on this. It doesn't have a forever shelf life. It's not gonna last for months and months on end. Depending on how much salt you add to your ratio, it can last a few weeks, a month or two. Just keep an eye on it. So I hope this helps. I hope that you have a lot of fun with this one, and let me know in the comments below how you used your flower ink or your dye. And until next time, bless!